We are waiting to see if we will have a very disturbing first, a criminal conviction for a former president of the United States. Is that where we're heading? Let's ask the better minds. Jury consultant Richard Gabriel, former New York City prosecutor Paul Callan, defense attorney Mark Geragos. If I have each, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Who thinks this will be a conviction?
60-40, I say conviction.
All right.
60% chance.
Brother Gabriel?
I'm not voting on conviction or acquittal. I know everybody likes to hear what's the outcome here, because it really can go. What's more important, Chris, is really sort of how does the jury go through the evidence? What's going to be important? 8 hours of closing argument is not going to be determinative of jury outcome. It's really going to be the mixture of how these jurors get along and how they go through the evidence to decide ultimately on these verdict questions.
Hey, Gabriel, you running for office? Or are you giving legal analysis on this show? Don't you try to sidestep my question, handsome. Geragos, I'm going hung. What are you thinking?
If there's a bell curve, I'm going to 80% is conviction on at least one count, 15 to 20% is hung jury, and I suppose there's an infinitesimal little portion where they could acquit him, and it's a very slight chance, on some of the counts where his signature is not on the check or on the invoice. Remember, in the 34 counts, they're groupings.
Yes, all right. Let's break that down. Then I want to get into it with Richard and Paul about who we think will matter on this jury, which I think is very interesting for the audience to understand. And it's very unusual for us to look at it and see what we see in this case. But those counts, Mark Geragos, I suggested in the introduction, ordinarily I'd say, ooh, more counts, more better for the prosecution, more bites at the apple. But here, it's a little bit different. Those aren't really all separate counts, are they?
Now, the way they've divided this thing up, I mean, there is an argument, and it's been made. California, we've got a doctrine that would not basically allow you to do this, arguably, or to sentence on all of them, arguably, as well. But there still is a distinction that can be drawn amongst the counts. Some have Trump's signature, the checks, meaning the checks. Some don't. Mind you, jurors like to compromise, just like anybody else, if you've got a split. And compromise is not a friend of Donald Trump or normally the defendant, because compromise usually means, you know, find guilty on a lesser or find guilty here or there. I still think that the guilt is the most likely, hung jury second most, and it's very, 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 if I'm handicapping it, not guilty, across the board, I think is almost impossible.
I'm going to want to get to Richard on this, but Paul, I just want you to come in on it. I'm thinking they're sitting in this jury, and you're going to have people saying, but they're not 34 different counts. It's all one transaction. They're just showing different aspects of the same transaction, Paul.
You know, they're going to be given a jury interrogatory sheet that's going to have 34 counts on it.
Right.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
that tends to separate it very much in terms of discussion. And that's why I think it would be very hard for them to go through all 34 counts. And by the way, of those 34 counts, 11 of them involve checks that were actually signed by him in that Sharpie with the big signature. And they've heard testimony that this is a guy who watches the cost of light bulbs, he says, is important.
I was surprised by that, by the way. Because as a student of Trump, I've never heard, his personal money, not wanting to pay, all of that kind of stuff. Yes, yes, yes. But that he micromanaged a business, never.
Well, but this money comes out of his trust fund.
Right.
You have to remember that as well.
Right,
so
fair.
to think that he would not have been aware of how it was logged in. And of course, Michael Cohen, you know, they say Michael Cohen's a liar, but he's Trump's liar. He's been working for Trump for 7 years.
Right.
Dealing with his dirty laundry.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was a legitimate lawyer. He thought he was a guy to go out and extort people, scare people. And this time, you know, the worm has turned on Trump. Anyway, getting back to what Mark was saying about the 34 counts, and I will agree with Mark on this. I don't think there's going to be a conviction on 34 counts, but This thing is built for compromise. And if they come in with one count,
right, then he's stuck.
One count,
then
it's
he's stuck.
the same thing. It's
I know.
a 4-year
That's why I don't
exposure,
like that they were allowed to do this. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.